If you were watching TV in the 1970s, you might remember the toilet paper, yes, toilet paper ads, where Mr. Whipple admonished, "Don't squeeze the Charmin." Maybe you remember the toothpaste ads, "Look, Ma, no cavities," or the Marlboro Man billboard. What do these and other ads created by the madmen of Madison Avenue have to do with influencing climate policy? Perhaps not surprisingly, the skills acquired by ad creators are not that different from those required to launch a public awareness campaign. Sid Lerner was one of these super successful ad creators. Later in life, Lerner turned his attention to a new cause, reducing meat consumption. Together with Johns Hopkins University Center for a Livable Future, Lerner created the Meatless Monday campaign in 2003, which today has spread to over 40 countries. His concern was health. He calculated that if he could reduce his meat consumption by 15%, that's 3 meals a week, he and millions of others around the world could reduce the chance of a heart attack, stroke, or diabetes. Today we know that reducing global meat consumption, especially beef, is also critical to meeting our climate and environmental goals. Or from a catchy video produced by Meatless Mondays, if you skip one hamburger, you save 10 bathtubs full of water and the energy needed to power a smartphone for 6 months. And if everyone cut out meat for just one day, we would reduce the greenhouse gas emissions it takes to drive to the moon and back 100,000 times. So what are the components of the Meatless Monday public awareness campaign? And what does a public awareness campaign that is educating people and hoping to change their behaviors, like eating less meat, have to do with policy change? Meatless Mondays creates visuals that anyone can use, with messages catered to a person's concerns. I'm concerned about how deforestation causes climate emissions, so this infographic resonates with me. But perhaps you are worried about the air we breathe, or about heart disease. As public awareness of the health and environmental impacts of excessive meat consumption has risen, changes in policy have followed. School districts from Los Angeles to Baltimore to Sao Paulo, Brazil serve meatless meals. So do hospitals in New York, as well as Oxford University and the universities of Maryland and California. The city of Ghent in Belgium and its restaurants promote meatless meals 1 day a week. France's 75 universities participate in Lundi Vert, Green Monday. And in Italy, city mayors tell the story of their local bean varieties in videos featuring local chefs and farmers. Similar to awareness and education campaigns to help citizens reduce meat consumption, Love Food, Hate Waste is a public awareness campaign to help consumers reduce the amount of food they toss out. Similar to awareness and education campaigns to help citizens reduce meat consumption, Love Food, Hate Waste is a public awareness campaign to help consumers reduce the amount of food they toss out. And similar to the Meatless Mondays campaign, Love Food, Hate Waste works not just with consumers, but also with grocers and governments. Its efforts have helped the UK achieve a 27% decline in edible food waste. So how do public awareness campaigns accelerate policy change? First, the more the public accepts new social norms, the more we can expect governments to respond. If more and more people are ordering vegetarian or vegan meals at restaurants, plant-rich eating becomes a more accepted social norm. This makes it less risky for public officials to throw their support behind meat reduction policies. It also makes it more likely the government will respond to an advocacy campaign aimed at instituting meatless meals in schools, hospitals, and other government buildings. Second, NGOs running public awareness campaigns like Meatless Mondays and Love Food, Hate Waste also create reports and consult with local and even national and EU-wide public officials in developing food waste policies. In other words, their work spans public interest campaigns, research, and advocacy. Finally, when citizens become aware of meat consumption, food waste, and other climate problems, They may become engaged in local groups advocating for climate policy. Citizen engagement can help ensure that climate policies reflect the community's interests.